seems like they're everywhere you turn. Every single day they invade the headlines. Another half-wit criminal with a half-baked scheme. Another social media simpleton going viral. Another Florida man stretching the bounds of stupidity, or another pack of SJWs throwing a temper tantrum. And that's not even the worst of it. From the empty talking heads on the cable news channels, to the humorless hacks in Hollywood, to the pea-brain politicians pulling the puppet strings, everywhere you look, there's another idiot telling you how to live your life.
And Joe Biden still gets to sleep in the White House. Amazing.
I bet he wakes up every morning and he has no fucking idea why he's there. He's just like, whoa, what do I do? Hey, I'm at Barack's for a sleepover. Oh man, I hope we got lots of pizza and hot dogs.
And he's a very special guy. He's called a minor attracted person. An MAP.
Free speech should no longer be allowed.
I'm a little teapot, short and stout. Don't mind me if my berries pop out.
Well, Jay and Anissa have had enough. Armed with clever satire, madcap humor, and the craziest cast of characters in podcasting, they're lining up and taking aim at the world of stupidity every single week. Because it is time to go to war. The War on Morons.
It is Tuesday, February 23rd, 2021, and this is episode 69 of The War on Morons. I'm Jay.
And I'm Anissa, and thanks for joining us for yet another week of dark winter in Moron America.
Dark winter. How does that meme go? I'd like to cancel my free trial of Soviet Russia. Would not recommend. 0 stars. I wouldn't even give it 1 lone star. Get it? Yeah, not even a lone star. Texas froze over, guys. Texas. What the fuck?
Seriously, normally I wouldn't start the show talking about the weather, but that's pretty insane.
I mean, was it really though? I mean, Moron Joe signs the Paris Accords, and not to get too conspiratorial here, but a week later they're shutting the power off. Like, what do you know?
No.
Hey, it's almost like they control the weather. I mean, they put them on that useless green energy, and then all of a sudden it's 5 degrees in Houston, and the whole state shut down because, they got 3 inches of snow.
Well, hey, I mean, look, that's going to show them for all that Texit talk, right?
Hey, no wonder Ted Cruz decided to go to Margaritaville,
Oh, God. Not the best look, Ted. Come on.
Can you blame him?
Yes!
I guess you can blame him, but still, whatever. Anyway, I mean, they're going to turn it into Siberia. They're literally, West Texas would make a perfect place for a gulag, though. I mean,
it's pretty isolated.
Yeah, it just needs a little geoengineering, right? It's not quite cold enough normally. It's usually 100 degrees out there.
I don't know. Call me crazy, but wasn't global warming supposed to be warm?
That's the kind of talk that's going to get us sent off to the Dude Ranch Archipelago.
Shit. I don't know, man. Do you think they'll at least have, cows and goats and shit? That'd be kind of cool.
What?
It's a dude ranch.
It's a death camp, not a petting zoo.
Okay, well, this show's starting off on a really dark note.
Of course it is. It's dark winter. It's dark winter. It's not exactly morning in America over here.
Well, that's very nice. Come for the doom, stay for the gloom, ladies and gentlemen.
And don't worry out there. We'll get to the funny. We actually have a huge stack of hilarious headlines this week. I don't know how we got off on that lovely tangent. But
not on episode number 69. We just skipped right over that.
Yeah, nice.
Burgers by candlelight, eaten through a hole cut in your surgical mask. It's as American as apple pie.
I mean, who would have thought, back in 2019 that we would have reached that point this quick? I mean,
yes.
Yeah, I wouldn't even trust Bill Gates with my fucking computer. This is the guy that built Internet Explorer, for Christ's sake. He's not a virologist. He's not a climatologist. He's certainly not a goddamn nutritionist. I mean, look at the guy. He looks like salad fingers. I mean, we're going to the guy that put Windows Vista together and asking him to fix the climate is like digging up the dude that made the Ford Pinto and asking him to find life on Mars.
Jeez. I mean, it just goes to show, just because you're a nerd, even if you're a super nerd, it doesn't mean you've got all the answers, people.
No, and just when you think you do, that's when I start changing up the questions.
What? What does that mean?
That means put on your sunglasses, people. Put on your Roddy Piper. I'm giving a shout out to all our Hameen Media Group listeners out there. A little wrestling reference for you.
Went right over.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway, I'll take that as a cue to kind of get to it. So thanks for tuning in, everybody. Of course, on the Hameen Media Group, you can find us promptly every single Tuesday at 6 a.m. Eastern at hameenmediagroup.podbean.com, as well as streaming on video on YouTube, Rumble, Periscope. We're on a new one now. I can't remember what it's called.
Pretty sure Periscope's new. I've not heard of it.
Yeah, well, actually, I don't even know if we're on Periscope anymore.
Right.
That was broadcasting to Twitter. I think we finally got the perma ban on Twitter. Of all the things that we got a perma ban from Twitter, what got us is it's because there's some article about fucking Biden, and I said that I hope that he goes and gets his ass swabbed.
Well,
I just want him to be safe.
That's pretty tame.
I want him to make sure that he doesn't have the fucking coronavirus. I mean, he's like a 90-year-old man.
Yeah, he's clearly dying of a brain tumor. I mean, he's got to be careful. Anyways, make sure you like and subscribe wherever you can. And if you do want to join the show, you can reach us at 813-906-9099. Or go ahead and find us on social media at MeWe, Facebook, Parler, or Gab.
Yep, and without further ado, it's time for the Stack of Stupidity.
All right, I'll kick things off in Chattanooga, Tennessee, where a man has been arrested for perjury, forgery, and identity theft after impersonating former President Barack Obama on a gun permit application last week. So put that together.
Of all things to impersonate fucking Obama on.
Right.
Jesus. I mean, what's next? Like a driver's license in Ted Kennedy's name,
Yeah, or how about Andrew Cuomo on an SAG card?
That would actually make sense,
Didn't he win an Emmy or something?
Yeah. I mean, at least he's good at that. That's the one thing he is good. I mean, seriously, though, you mean to tell me that this guy, he didn't think this would raise any red flags? Can you just imagine, you say this in Chattanooga?
Chattanooga.
Can you just imagine Obama just casually just strolling into like a gun shop in some mid-market town, like in the Appalachians? Just seems like something he'd do. Like, what you got here? You got some Berettas?
Oh my god! I swear it's pretty ridiculous. I mean, you see, here's how it all came to be. The guy is obviously not the sharpest tool in the shed. He was denied a firearm when he applied using his own name on account of an outstanding warrant for his arrest.
I'm shocked that this guy has an outstanding warrant.
Yeah.
He seems like a criminal mastermind.
He does. He does. Yeah. So, anyways, he took that as a green light to go ahead with his master plan. He thought he'd print out a new application on United States Department of State letterhead. I'm surprised he even knew what letterhead is, under the name President Barack H. Obama, and submitted that with the $50 check.
Did he have a bank account in Obama's name too?
I'm assuming the check was a dead giveaway.
Or was the check like in his name? Was it like the check was like Jeff Thomas or whatever?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
That's just my buddy. That's my buddy down in Tennessee. He let me borrow $50. Yeah, because I'm president, you know. I gave him a phone back in the day, you know. I mean, did the guy at least kind of like look like Obama at least?
He looks a little bit more like Randy Quaid, honestly. He probably should have gone with that, but you know, if you're gonna be out here stealing identities, go with what you
like Randy Quaid.
Get away with,
like,
yeah.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if it was Randy Quaid. I mean, honestly, like, I mean, Randy's not all there. You know, I could see it being Randy Quaid in an Obama mask. I mean, he likes masks. You remember that deal with Rupert Murdoch, like, for a few years ago? Like,
Can you imagine if that worked, though?
I mean, once Alex got his hands on the documents, forget about it.
Right.
Could you imagine that? Like, it would be on InfoWars every day. I don't care what they're doing in Texas. You know, he'd be at full bullhorn mode. You know, he'd be like, China Joe, he wants to take your firearms, but his buddy Obama, he's out of Chattanooga buying a Ruger last week. 1776 is here. Barack Obama is out there trying to buy it. He's trying to take your guns while he's buying a gun.
Oh, my God. For real.
I can't. I don't know how that guy does that for 4 hours a day.
Yeah, I don't know.
Jesus Christ. No wonder he talks like that.
I mean, it has to be, like, drugs, right? Like, it has to be drugs.
It's all those supplements.
Uh-huh.
You know, you gotta try those supplements. I haven't tried the supplements. Yeah. But, I mean, the man, he hasn't died yet. Well, he's been doing that for, like, a quarter century, and he's not dead. So.
That's true.
Anyway, speaking of fraud, a West Virginia woman who tried to fake her death to avoid being sentenced for a healthcare scam, she's received an additional year to her prison term. Apparently she conspired with her husband to pull this off.
But she didn't pull it off, obviously. I mean, how do you mess up faking your own death? It seems like it'd be pretty easy.
Well... I'll tell you. So basically what they did is, the husband, he went to the authorities. He told them that his dear wife had fallen from an overlook at the New River Gorge, which prompted a massive and completely unnecessary search. The state police found her 2 days later, hiding in a closet in their home.
Okay. You know, I gotta say, that is the laziest attempt at faking a death I've ever heard. Ever! I mean, I was wondering, you know, how could you possibly mess it up? Well, maybe don't leave when you fake your death. Just go home and sit on your couch. I mean, it's just a step past, oh, she went that away, officer. Like,
right. I mean, that's pretty much what they did. Like, I'm just picturing them as hillbillies. Not because they live in West Virginia.
No.
Plenty of good people live in West Virginia.
Yes.
But because of how fucking stupid this is. Like,
yeah,
I mean, so this hillbilly just pointed down the mountains like, oh, yep, she's down there. She's dead, I reckon. Yep. She fell down that gorge over there. Yep, just look down yonder. And then they just went back to the trailer. Just went back to the trailer to watch some cops or whatever, you know?
I mean, I don't know about cops. Why would they watch cops? They clearly don't watch cops.
These people always watch cops. Like, I don't know why. Maybe they want to see themselves on TV or whatever, but they always watch cops.
Oh my God.
But yeah, no, they forgot the most important part. Like, if you're gonna, like, if all you're gonna do is tell the officer, you know, she went that away, you gotta, like, go the other way.
Right.
You don't just go back to your fucking house. If she
went that way, you go this way.
Right. But, I mean, yeah.
I don't know. I mean, maybe, you know, you're looking at this all wrong. You know, I'm thinking about it. Maybe this is just a sweet romantic story. And I mean, these two idiots just couldn't stand to be apart for a whole 42-month prison term.
I mean, it's a bit longer now. It's a bit longer now that she's faking her own death and getting extra prison. I'm surprised all they did was tack on an extra year.
Yeah, that is surprising. I mean, I guess they figured that they weren't smart enough to, you know, really do too much damage.
I can't wait to figure out or to hear the stories of how they try to break out of prison.
Oh my God!
You know, like,
let's follow this woman. Let's tag her name on Google so we get an alert every time.
Yeah, I'm sure there's gonna be some real genius plans.
Oh yeah, so, and let this be a lesson to you out there. If you're gonna fake your death, maybe you should risk leaving quarantine and get out of your damn house.
Yeah.
Moving on, in other relationship news, in the spirit of Valentine's Day, let's head to Florida, where a man is wanted for stealing his girlfriend's engagement ring to propose to his girlfriend.
That's a little confusing. Like, he just took it and gave it back to her?
Not really. You'll see. Basically, this is a love story for the ages. Florida man in love. See, he had 2 girlfriends.
Oh.
Okay. And 2 personalities, apparently.
Oh, okay. It gets better.
Yep. Now,
but only one jeweler, apparently.
well, apparently.
Right.
Now you're getting it. So this guy went by Joe Brown to one woman and Marcus Brown to the other. And he met them both on OkCupid. Ringing endorsement for their services.
Yeah.
But one of them got the ring first.
But then he changed his mind.
Clearly.
Or Marcus didn't like her, Joe did.
So he did what any sensible Florida man would do. I mean, he went to her apartment while she was at work. She disassembled all of her furniture. He packed up all her belongings and stole her jewelry box, which contained the ring he'd proposed to her with.
Harsh.
Yeah.
I mean, that's next level. That's like
I'm still processing why he felt the need to disassemble all her furniture. I'm not sure if that was part of the proposal or what.
Maybe it was an IKEA shit. Maybe he was like, look, I had to put this shit together. I'm taking it apart.
Well, yeah.
You know, I feel like this is the opposite of that fucking annoying Beyonce song. You know the one you like it, you gotta put a ring on it. If you like it, you gotta...
It actually reminds me of that other Beyonce song, to the left, everything you own in a box to the left.
Yeah, well, I was just thinking he didn't like it. So he's like, I don't like it, I'm taking my ring back.
Yep, and now he's wanted on felony grand theft charges.
Oh, bad Joe Brown. Isn't that a song, Mean Old Joe Brown or something?
It is now.
I don't know. Anyway.
Unless it was Marcus.
Marcus, Joe. Next time, at least make up another last name, too, buddy. Jesus Christ. Anyway, if you like that Florida man story, get a load of this guy. A 41-year-old metalhead who goes by the name Prince Midnight made the weird news headlines last week when he revealed that he's turned his dead uncle's skeleton into a real playable electric guitar.
I'm sorry, what the fuck?
Yeah, so not exactly a moron story, but I couldn't...
Kind of an evil genius story.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't really leave it out, though. I mean, it was so freaking weird. It was probably the weirdest thing I've read all week, so, I love this quote. He says that his uncle would be smiling up from hell to see him shred on the sick ribcage guitar. It's made out of his dead body. And he just wired it up, and it's like an electric guitar now.
I mean, okay, I have a couple questions, but first I will say I am surprised that this is the first time in history we're hearing of a human bones guitar. Of all the stuff you'd see in Hercules from the old ages of stuff made from human bones, this is probably the first human electric guitar in history. Now on to my questions. How did he even fucking do this? Okay, what did he, skin the corpse? I mean, is this legal? What the fuck?
Well, I'm not entirely sure about the legality of all of this. I'm assuming because it's Florida that it is, because they don't really care about anything down here. But
they might care a little bit about human taxidermy.
Yeah, and I guess it's what's the word for it? Corpse desecration or whatever?
Yeah.
But the uncle actually, he's been dead for a while. So he died way back in 1996. He died in a car accident in Greece. He was Greek. He was only 28, and I guess the uncle himself was a metalhead. And he was buried there in Greece because they don't, they bury everybody. They don't believe in cremation because everybody's Greek Orthodox.
Right.
Well, I guess that the plot that he got buried in got repatriated, and it was too expensive to rebury him. And this guy, Prince Midnight, whatever his real name is, he was the relative that it fell on. And he's like...
It fell on Prince Midnight?
It fell on Prince Midnight, who's in, Sarasota, Florida or something. And he's like, Well,
it was cheaper to fly the dead body to Sarasota, Florida from Greece than it was to have him reburied.
I'm assuming that...
That's not exactly the cover story I would go with.
I mean, yeah, I would think that they could find another burial plot, but I mean, the Greek Orthodox Church, they're, like, really strict about this. They're like, look, you can't cremate him. You know, Christ would not approve of that. There is only one alternative.
Turn the sacred bones into a heavy metal guitar. That was the only alternative, per the Greek Orthodox Church.
I mean, maybe that's not, like, exactly what Christ would have wanted. But the funny thing about this is, like, I don't care how metal this is, like...
And to be fair, I don't think there's anything more metal than this.
Yeah, but I mean, this is still a musician in Florida. Like, this thing is gonna end up in a pawn shop. Like, I give it, like, maybe 3 years tops. Like...
Yeah, I mean, do you want a haunted pawn shop, Florida? Because this is how you get one.
Yeah, it's coming. It's coming. This is either going to end up on Ghost Adventures or that one with Old Man. You know, what's that? What, Pawn Shop or whatever?
Oh, yeah. Oh, God.
Yeah, it's going to end up on one of those stupid reality shows.
Oh,
maybe both.
Guaranteed.
They can have a collaboration.
I love it. I love it. Anyway, in one last bit of Florida news, we go to the Tampa suburb of Palm Harbor, where a 23-year-old man was arrested for indecent exposure after being spotted on the side of the road with his pants down to his knees, holding his dick while facing traffic in a vulgar manner.
In a vulgar manner?
Mm-hmm.
So there's a way to do that isn't vulgar? Because I can't really think of... That's a really, really odd way to describe...
What if you got, like, a silver tray and from the waist up you were dressed as a butler and you were just like...
I just want to make sure that I present to you my penis with all sophistication and class necessary to present to the people on I-95.
For real. I swear. Well, apparently this guy thought that's what he was doing, because when he was confronted by the cops over the incident, his response was that he was, and, you know, I'm just going to quote him because I can't say it better than he did. Quote, protesting for his civil rights by showing his penis to traffic, but I'm finished now and want to go home.
Hey, that sounds fair. I mean, yeah, you know, protest is over, officer. I'm all done. Just gonna zip up now. I mean, look, did he say he was from BLM? I mean,
in that case, they probably would have just let him go home.
Yeah, I think, I'm guarantee they would have been like, oh man, like, are you sure you don't want to, like, torch my vehicle while you're here, sir? Like, don't worry. You know, the vice president's got bail money for you. You know, maybe she'll give you a BJ too when you get out.
Oh, Jesus.
God, unbelievable. Let's just move on from that one. I don't really have anything else for that. Meanwhile, on to the rest of the country. That's, of course, been buried under snow and ice, last week at least. We've got plenty of stupid criminals who just don't know how to adapt. Case in point, a pair of burglary suspects in Tacoma, Washington were arrested last weekend after deputies followed their footprints in the snow.
Okay. I mean, yeah, we've covered some real criminal masterminds on this show. But these fuckers are literally dumber than wild game.
Right? Like, maybe mix it up, like, a little bit. Like walk backward or something, you know? Like,
walk backward?
Yeah, you know, like, so that way they'll think that you went the other way.
Who do you think is tracking them, Elmer Fudd?
Apparently they did. I mean, these guys, they were hiding under a dumpster. They were hiding in a dumpster under a single piece of cardboard.
They'll never look here.
Yeah, like, I mean, how fucking dumb are these guys? Like, I don't know what they were stealing. Probably not books. But like, it's just, they're in a snowstorm. There's like, oh yeah, let's just track our footprints over there. And, oh, yeah, this dumpster, this looks like a great place to hide. Oh, here's a little piece of trash.
The trail stops right here. Where could they have gone?
God.
I mean, what else did they have in their bag of tricks? Just stand still? Maybe nobody can see them if they don't move?
I mean, it's not Jurassic Park.
And I gotta say, it's not like they're in Texas. almost say, like, okay, well, they're not used to snow. They're in Tacoma, Washington. I'm pretty sure this isn't their first snow day.
To be fair, they were probably on heroin. Anyway, we're getting a call.
Good, because I could use a break.
Yeah, fine, I'll take it. Speaking of Texas, I think this is a Texas number. Area code 214, you're on with the War on Morons. Go ahead and state your name and where you're calling from.
Hi, this is LueEllen, and I'm calling from, I'm from Plano, Texas, but I'm calling from some hellhole between Plano and Galveston. I don't even know where the hell I am right now.
Oh boy, what's going on? I know you guys have had quite a week last week. Did you get stuck in all that snow and ice?
Oh my God, I thought I was gonna die. I mean, it has been colder than a puppy dog that got thrown in a river in a pillowcase. I mean, I am just fed up. And I tell you, I know exactly whose fault it is.
Okay, who?
It's that Rodrigo Rod Fuckwit fault on NBC News. He told me that I turned on the forecast. I said, you know, what is the weather going to be like? And Rodrigo, he said that it was going to be nice, warm weather, unseasonably warm, he said. So I planned myself a little beach getaway to Galveston. Well, I mean, it was just, you know, I should have known better. I blame Rodrigo, but I should have known better because I should have known not to trust one of them, you know, south of the border types to be able to read a weather forecast, if you catch my drift. He's probably too used to reporting on, you know, Guadalajara, you know, weather.
Okay, we catch your drift, LueEllen. I mean, I don't think that you can blame this is like a once in a lifetime weather thing, and you're blaming the local weather guy on what? He said, like NBC News?
Well, I trusted him to do his job, and he did not do his job, and as a result, my life was endangered. I have 2 generators at my house, and was I at my house? No, I was not, because of Rodrigo. And I have a case, because I found a lawyer, and he's going to take on my case, and we're going to sue for $1 million.
You're going to sue the weatherman?
You're damn right.
Okay.
Somebody's got to pay for this messed up vacation.
Okay, hold on. What do you mean you were on... What were you doing on vacation?
Well, look, that's my personal business, so I'll just hand it over to my lawyer, and he'll explain the case, because he says we have to make an appeal to the public, because I'm not the only one who was victimized by Rodrigo.
All right, I'll listen to your lawyer.
Look here, the facts of the matter are cut and dry. This is an open and shut case. I mean, you got this so-called weatherman. I mean, this weasel, this guy, Rodrigo Rodriguez on NBC Channel 5. Last month, he told the people of Dallas-Fort Worth in good faith that things were going to be, and I quote, 5 to 10 degrees warmer than average in February. Warmer than average in February. Now, an average low in Galveston in mid-February is a comfortable 54.9 to 62.2 degrees. Now that's according to the National Weather Service. Now, I mean, that's the low. Now, I'm just going to ask you, would you consider the National Weather Service to be a reliable source of climatology data?
I guess that's...
Yeah, well, I'd consider it more so than some slime ball on NBC5 who lies to the people of DFW to get them stuck in some snowed-in roadside love shack with frozen pipes, no electricity, got icicles forming in their nostrils. I mean, he ruined my vacation. He ruined my client's vacation. You know, we're gonna sue him for emotional damage. We're gonna take him for some goddamn. We're gonna take him for all he's got. God damn it!
Hold on. I'm done. All right, is he still... Okay, so I know that's Jimmy James, right?
That's my lawyer, and he's been very on top of this case for me.
He's been on top of the case. He said that he was there. He said that he wrote... What was that about a love shack?
He's very dedicated to his clients. Unlike Ted Cruz, he flew down here and has been with me in my ordeal.
Who were you on vacation with?
Well, like I said, that's my personal business. I don't know why you're being so nosy. That's not the story here.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I'm just a little curious. It sounds to me that he might have been there too.
What?
I never.
I don't know why you would think that. I don't know what gives you the idea that I'm some kind. What are you saying? What are you saying? Because I'll get my gun. I have my gun, and I've been keeping it warm.
All right, don't shoot anybody. I don't know what I was saying. Save the bullets for that Rodrigo guy.
That's a damn good idea. Bye.
Okay. That was. I don't know if we should say anything, but I kind of feel like it's not really a family getaway that was happening there.
Yeah, I mean, what's going on there exactly?
Is it just me, or do you think that Jimmy was in the motel?
I mean, it didn't sound like the Cage Kids were, that's for sure.
No. So, yeah. All right. Well, I mean, good luck with your lawsuit.
Spicy.
Yeah, I mean, he is a sponsor, so. Anyway, speaking of sponsors, we got a commercial this week. Let's just. I can't really vouch for this one, but we'll just play it.
All right, sounds good.
Hey, yo! It's your boy, Marc the Shark Santini, New York City's #1 salesman. People are always coming up to me and going, "Hey, Marc, what's up with you, bro? Like, are you on crack cocaine? Are you on meth? Like, how come you're so damn hype?" And I'm like, "Yeah, bro, but guess what? I'm also on Vital Mints. It's the semi-organic, pseudo-natural energy product that looks like a vitamin, tastes like a mint, and acts like a speedball." But don't take my word for it. Listen to this satisfied customer. "Hey, my name's Rudy. I'm 75 years old. I get drunk and high every day, and I party every night. And I haven't been to the doctor in 3 decades, and I don't need to go ever again either, because I take 5 vitamins and amphetamine pills all the time." What do you mean I can't see it? That's what they are. Come on, they're goddamn greenies, and you know. Hey, anyway, what else do you need to hear? You don't need to hear nothing, bro! So don't be a guppy! Call me up! Get your supply now! You know the number, it's 1-900-SANTINI! Just $5.95, I'll change your fucking life!
Vital Mints is a trademark of Deepwater Enterprises Incorporated. Vital Mints do not contain vitamins, do not contain mints, and are not meant to be taken as a nutritional supplement. If you experience heart palpitations, trouble breathing, anxiety, paranoia, hallucinations, chest pain, nausea, increased heart rate, seizures, stroke, or death, Marc Santini is not legally responsible. Please enjoy responsibly.
Okay, I'm gonna have to ask you, I know you said you couldn't vouch for this one, but I think we're breaking the law with that.
I mean, look, I don't know if you heard at the end there was like a whole, legal disclaimer thing, so, I mean, we can't get in trouble. So, like, if, I'm pretty sure that, like, look, I'm gonna wash my hands of it. If you choose to take that product, it's, you're putting your life in your hands. I'm just saying it. You're putting your life in your hands. But it's not on me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I will say, on a positive note, it's nice to see the War on Morons bringing people together. I mean, Jimmy and LueEllen, Rudy and Marc. I mean, either we're bringing people together, Or our audience is just so small that they all know each other. I don't know which it is, but...
And at least now we know what Grandpa Rudy's been popping, huh? I mean, I was wondering, I've been wondering all this time, like, how he's able to, like, drink as much as he does and still, like, function.
Right.
Well, it's because he's on narcotics. That's not a vitamin, people.
No. I mean, maybe they should, give some of that to Biden. Wake him the hell up,
Good luck with that one. Yeah, maybe call Dr. Frankenstein. You have better luck waking him up.
Oh, my God.
Anyway, since you brought up the moron in chief, why don't we roll right into the politics,